morning and welcome to Truth from the Trace. That's all I know to say.
Where your sermon is only 15 minutes long.
Where my sermon's only 15 minutes long.
Because they cut him off.
Unplugged. Good morning and welcome to our 2021 garden tour, and also up on this Memorial Day weekend. We want to say thank you and remember all those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Now we're back to our garden tour. Many people say, well, how's your garden doing this year? Well, some good, some bad. Last year, as we look over here to your right, we had tomatoes. And we learned a lot from this. First off, we learned we really like the trellises. And so this year, we'll show you in a moment more about those. And also last year, I planted 3 wide within our tomato bed. And I planted 9 different types of tomatoes. This year, as we've learned that was too many tomatoes in the tomato bed. And so, we really love the trellis, but we're supposed to rotate our tomatoes and not plant them in the same bed every year. So, from the help of our neighbor next door who helped us build extra beds, we built more trellises, and we built 2 of those because we really like the string trellis. Now last year I experimented with 9 different tomatoes. We have 7 of those tomatoes in this bed, so this bed is all a Duke's mixture of tomatoes. But one of our favorite was Bonnie's Best. And so we have this other bed back here. This is an entire bed of Bonnie's Best tomatoes.
Favorite radishes of all times are these white hailstone radish. See how huge these are, and when they're young, oh my gosh, they're wonderful. They're not hot, pithy, or anything like that. And as you can see in this bed that we put, it was filled up, but we've ate about all of these. In this bed, we had cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. Greg had nursed it from the very seed, and we planted this whole bed full of all this. It was beautiful, and we were excited this year because the deer didn't eat it. But you know what got it this year? Worms. Bad, big worms came and ate everything, so we had to pull up all of it. We might have got just a little stalk of broccoli this year. So just one thing to tell you, that some years are good, some years are not for certain different kind of things, but keep trying.
Last year upon our early Memorial Day garden, our eggplants were still seedlings. This year we're running ahead. So this is our eggplant bed. You remember last year we had orange okra. It turned out okay, but this year we have heavy hitting okra. Patricia found, and it's supposed to be really doing well. And so we planted it down the side, and then on the end we have her running cucumbers. And so this bed is loaded with great expectation.
Look at that huge marigold. See how big that is? It's almost big as my hand. Adam and I planted from seed this year Cracker Jack marigolds and some white marigolds to put kind of interspersed in between our beds to keep the bugs. But still, one of my favorite memories was when Adam was about, I don't know, 2 maybe. One of my favorite pictures, and I still have it, is where he's handing me a marigold. And so that's one of my favorite memories. So is it recording now? Oh.
Yeah.
It's recording me.
Last year, if you recall, we had squash under black plastic scattered everywhere. Now, we really didn't think we were going to get to have any new beds this year because price of lumber had gone up tremendously. But our neighbor had some spare lumber that he shared with us. So we've got some 2x12s. And so we were able to build 2 of those tomato beds up there. And then as well as this is our squash bed. And so we got all our squash in one bed. This is 16 foot long, made out of our neighbor's lumbers that are rough lumber 2x12s.
One of the things we planted this year was different kinds of lettuces. What is amazing with this is that the bugs and the worms have not seemed to attack our lettuce. So this year we planted some butter lettuce. It's really a small, tender lettuce. And then we also planted called a Landis, Landis winter lettuce. And it's a nice sweet lettuce too. And we have different kinds, different colors of lettuces this year. This year my arugula went to seed, which is unusual for it, but it's still good. It works. What is this? I have no idea. Last year Greg planted it and it was in the flower, different kind of flowers and things like that. And it's the only thing that survived, and it's come out and I don't know what it is. It kind of sort of makes me think of maybe a Gerber daisy. But hey, if you know what it is, let me know. It's still got to come out.
This is our garlic. This is music garlic. It's known as a heart and neck garlic. We planted it last year in October, and we're about a month away from being able to harvest it. Now, if you notice, it's starting to turn brown, and then one of the things that we learned that you have to pull scapes to make the heads work. What is a scape, Patricia?
I don't know what the scape is. But anyway, you're supposed to pull them off, but you're supposed to break them off. Early in the morning is best, and then this is what it looks like, actually scape looks like. And so we pulled them all the way off.
Oh, here's the one we missed. Here's a scape. And we did learn you got to snap them up. Oh, I pulled up my garlic. I didn't even get that right. But you're supposed to snap them off. Here's a gift for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So anyway, then you snap the scapes off.
One of the things that Adam has done this year, it has been marvelous. We took all the scapes off and took and grinded them up in the food processor, all these little scapes. And then he took 6 pounds of butter, bless his heart, and added the scapes to it. And he made like scape balls. It's like escape balls, but it's scape, S-C-A-P-E ball, garlic balls. And oh gosh, I think that's going to be our favorite thing for this year.
One of the things about scapes, if you do not pull them, the heads will not make, but also the scapes, they will grow up to be seeds and also be a distorted garlic themselves at the top. That's all I got to say about that.
You can have fun with that one, Adam.
This is one of our pride and joys. For the last 3 years, I've seeded and tried to grow tomatillos. This is the first time that we've succeeded at this. And so these are our tomatillo plants. And tomatillos we'll use for a tomatillo sauce for our Mexican food. But they are just doing so great with the exception, Patricia.
Oh, look at that. That's horrible. Some kind of worm on our leaves is just eating the leaves.
What do we do about that?
I don't know. You're the expert.
Well, we will spray some BT, which is organic stuff on it, and see how that does. Or I may just have to get Patricia to pick worms and smash them. That'll get rid of them.
That's nasty. See that? This bed we made into an herb bed this year, and it's got sage, oregano, dill, and a couple of new herbs that we tried this year was lettuce leaf basil, and then this is cinnamon basil. Oh my gosh, it's great. It kind of tastes like licorice. But we've made like basil pizzas, just basil pizzas. Oh, that's so good. Forever how long? How many years?
25 years.
Probably 25 years. We have tried to grow blueberries everywhere, all over the yard. And finally, was it last year?
Last year?
We actually planted these. We don't know what kind they are. They're 3 different kinds.
And you got to have different kinds to make it work.
But they are doing great this year. Do you see that? I love blueberries. In fact, I had this little fellow one time call me just blueberry.
Get closer like that till I can Thank you for joining us on our 2021 Memorial Day weekend garden tour. And we realize every year it's different. And so we're excited to share this with you. And What are you doing? She's eating my English peas.
And they're good,
Anyway,
fresh English peas.
anyway, thank you from the Stanford's house to yours. Have a great Memorial Day weekend and
What?
have a blessed day.